Okay, we're live. So, welcome everyone to the review of The Boys. We're a couple episodes behind, so we're gonna do it. I am joined here by Bert. How you doing?
Hail and hail to Death by Saber in the chat. What's good, everybody? I'm really excited to be here, Megs.
Good, me too. We have a lot to catch up on.
I got a lot of boys to take in.
Yep.
That really
No pun intended.
Yeah, no homo.
No homo.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but go ahead.
Yeah, as my Lonely Island would say, no homo.
What did you think about this episode, Megs?
Okay,
we're doing episode 6, right? And what's the title of this episode?
We're doing spoilers, and I didn't write down the episode name. I just wrote down the number. I'm sorry, I was ill prepared.
It's the one at the hospital. Episode 6.
Yeah. So they go and try to find out what's going on in there, and Frenchie comes in with Kimiko. By the way, so sorry. I liked how it kind of gave a backstory to Frenchie, because we were just talking about in the last review how they weren't giving Frenchie enough screen time. So.
And I believe on your thing, I said, I bet you we're going to get a Frenchie backstory soon.
Yep, we sure did.
I did. And sorry to everybody, I'm building a little, I live at my mama's garage door set, garage set, which is going to be sick. But it's San Francisco, so don't judge me. I love this episode, though. I loved this episode so much.
There was a lot of action in this episode, that's for sure, where some of the earlier ones have been a little slower. I mean, they always put action into it, but this one was like non-stop action. You know?
All right. Hail Wookiee Supremacy also in the chat. And hail Dave Mayers. Hey my friend. Hail.
Very awesome.
Yeah, I just like this episode from the get-go. Them breaking into, it's like they're creating mutants at this facility was so cool. The different mutants were so sick. And it was cool to, like you said, to get a backstory on Frenchie, especially about what happened the night that Mallory's grandchildren were burnt to death by Lamplighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you get that whole backstory with that character as well. So he kind of redeems himself towards the end of the episode, which I thought was.
Yeah. I got some more thoughts on that after when we talk about the next episode, we can dig deeper into that. But yeah, I kind of like, I was like, yeah, well, fuck them kids, you got shit to do. And, they're putting him in. It's not like he was like, oh man, I can't wait to go kill those kids. He didn't try to kill their kids on purpose,
No, they just got caught in the crosshairs like a lot of other innocent people do with these soups. And that's a big.
And my theory is that Stormfront and Vox, dude, Stormfront she's pretty like has her own division of Vox. I wonder if Vox knows about that facility. They don't really explain that, I don't think.
Well, but they have like the other soups in there, like Lamplighter, who was a previous member of the Seven. So it would kind of make me think that they were in on it.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's it's a pretty shitty retirement package for the member of the Seven, right? To be having to be putting out the garbage and charring all those bodies every day.
But it's like a dishonorable discharge. Like he was dishonorably discharged from the Seven. So they put him in there to kind of like punish him, but still take benefit from his powers and his capabilities.
It's a punishment too. It's a punishment.
Yeah.
I think Vox, or at the very least, and they don't get into it really, that Stormfront knew that he had betrayed the Seven by trying to go to Mallory to begin with.
Right. They don't go into that a whole lot. So that's what I'm saying. It's like his prison.
Yeah. Good call. But it was cool to see them have to bond together, and then I was so horrified with the dick scene.
I didn't even know what it was at first. I was like, is that a worm? Like, what? Sorry. That was pretty outrageous.
Yeah, what, the dick monster or what? Like, that should have been his name, Dick Monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fucking disgusting. When it wrapped around his neck.
You realize, oh God, I was like.
Yeah. I didn't get it either until it recoiled into his pants.
Yep, exactly. Because like when it's around his neck, you're like, what part of an appendage is that or whatever? And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah. That sucks for mother's milk.
Yeah, that sucks for mother's milk. And I like how she's like totally ripping him all the time about it. You know, they're cool. They're buddies.
Yeah.
And
boys.
Yeah. And so I guess, okay, there's other little things that happen in that. Whereas Huey, I was so happy when he got stuck I was hoping he died.
You're like, please.
But I thought, okay, how did that one guy escape, right? If it was on complete lockdown, and it was like a lockdown that was catered to their powers, like, you know.
Yep.
Lamplighter says, I can only get out through this secret way, but this guy's just roaming around the outsides like that. I didn't get that so much.
Right.
He has like earthquake powers. You could have just bolstered the door open, but I don't know. It didn't seem like that. And anyway,
they also at the end have that girl that's walking that was actually in there, and she was fine. So how did she get out if they killed everybody else in there? You know.
My theory at that point was that Stormfront and them let her out to put a terrorist on the loose.
Okay. Yeah. Creating the problem, but
it's at the end of that episode, I believe, right, when the heads start popping, or is that the next?
No, that's the next one. That's the next one. Yep, okay. That's episode 7.
We can get into this end of it too. But yeah, I thought at the end, I thought about 90% into this episode when it was Butcher and Starlight, and they were having to get, you know, the whole thing trying to get Huey. First of all, she can pick up cars and shit, right? But she's having a hard time picking up Huey to get him to the car. I thought little things like that were hard to believe. But I was like, oh man, they're gonna have sex for sure. Butcher and Starlight is what I thought.
There was some massive vibes in that car, you know.
Right? That's what I was thinking, and it didn't come to fruition. Because I was like, man,
not yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. You're right, not yet. But then
that guy just died. He's gonna need a rebound.
Well, I was like, maybe Huey will commit suicide now. You know, maybe that'd be a great ending to season 2. By the way, did you know? I found this out. Did we talk about it? That's Dennis Quaid's son.
Huey?
Yes.
Oh my God, how is that possible?
Jack Quaid. His mama must be ugly. I don't know. You know, I'm not judging somebody on their looks, really. You know, I'm just saying it's like he's in the NBA. He's in the NBA of, you know, it's like acting is like the NBA. You're supposed to be good looking. You know, it's like there's, especially for the role. I mean, you know, I don't know. He's not, and it's bad writing too. I have to give him that. But his dad was a real leading man. You know,
yeah.
And
love Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, same here. And recently, I think Dennis Quaid got in trouble for being in some commercial that had some affiliation to Trump or something like that. I'm not exactly positive. And it was like trending on Twitter that fuck Dennis Quaid because he's a Trumper. And his son came out and said, fuck Trump. Just so it has to be clear, fuck Trump on Twitter. So anyways, just a little backstory drama. But back to the episode. No talking politics. I don't want to.
This show has so many underlying points of politics. Well, it is politics, but it's like,
yes.
I feel like they're trying to like jab at everything that's going on.
You know, I do too, man, big time. But I feel like it's equal opportunity. Like Ben, you know, Ben, he gets really stressed out, mad about some of this stuff. You know, I think because he feels like they're implicitly attacking Trump supporters, and they do. There's little parts of these episodes.
I feel that.
Like when the guy goes and kills the guy at the liquor store. I thought that was like, you know, I was like, is this supposed to be me? What the fuck?
Just a premonition.
No, I know.
No, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like you can see the underlying like. Well, I guess that's the whole thing, but you know. It's just...
But my thing is, it's not just straight up against Republicans because it's super non-politically correct, and there are shots at liberals throughout the way. So I don't take it. You know what? They do it in a pretty nuanced way most of the time, but they deliver a good product, and that's what matters. You know.
Exactly. It's comical and it's entertaining, and that's why we watch.
Absolutely. So yeah, at the end of this episode. Is this when they pulled the truck over and Mallory comes up to it and was like, she's about to shoot Lamplighter and they're like, Miss
they're in the ambulance.
Yeah, yeah. Can you keep him alive?
Do not do it. I can't do French yet.
I love French. I love him.
French, accent.
Yeah, I try to just do mine fast, so you can't really deter how bad it is. But no, great episode. This was my favorite episode, I think, of the season.
Okay.
What did you think?
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite, but I think I liked the newest one that came out. It was pretty good. But
I had some problems with the newest one.
Yeah.
But I still loved it, and I'd give this episode like a 9.5 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.
I loved when she started popping heads, right? When the angry lesbian girl started popping heads.
Oh, the bald one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And that was sick. Like all of a sudden, the two enemies had to become friends at that moment because they're like, this chick is fucking. She's gonna kill her.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the lamplighter guy's like, you remember when I snuck you in those trees?
Yeah.
Remember, we're friends. Friends.
I brought you like extra macaroni and cheese or some shit.
Yeah, right? I don't even remember what it was, but he was just, remember when I brought you that extra snack? Like.
Yeah, that was fun.
Trying to bribe his way.
Very fun.
Oh, that is also the episode where Stormfront decides to, right? She comes out to Homelander. Is that the next one?
Is this when her and Homelander have sex at the end?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever.
Or no, that was the one before. But like I have written here on my notes, "War of the Culture" by Stormfront. I think that's because she was talking about it's the war on the culture, Homelander.
Oh, right.
He was a perfect specimen. And
yeah,
because he got mad because she ditched him. She's like, I'll be back in 20 minutes, and then didn't come back. So he threw a fit and blew up his fucking trailer.
He's like if Huey could act out his inner feelings. He actually does it because he can get away with it. But they're kind of about the same neediness level, it seems like, with like the way Huey needs her is the way Stormfront Homelander needs to be loved. But yeah, I thought that was great. At first I was like, she's trying to get him. I thought she was just for mutants, the soups. I thought she was just for those, like that was the people. I didn't really get that she was so racist until another episode maybe, or that point, but
straight up Nazi.
Yeah, straight up Nazi. And I still think that she is we'll get to this. We'll get to that part later. But I do still to this day think that Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, my man Giancarlo Esposito, I think he is Victor or Vought. I think he's Howard Vought, whatever. The original Vought. I think that's him.
Yeah, because she was saying something, I know it's out of context, but she was saying something about how he did very well for being a human and being of what he was, but or what he was. She didn't say human.
Yes, exactly. For what he is. But I thought that was supposed to imply black. But that doesn't.
But it could be like both, I feel, at the same time.
Yeah.
Richard Gilman says, looking good.
Hail.
Thanks,
me, Richard.
That's my husband.
Oh, I thought Richard was talking to me. Hail.
You too, of course. But that's about all I remember off of the episode 6.
Okay.
So now we're into episode 7. You feel comfortable moving on? You said 9.5?
9.5.
9.5. All right.
I'm looking up episode 7 here. Okay, that's Butcher, Baker, Candlestick Maker. Congressman Victoria Newman's sham congressional hearing against Vought takes place in 3 days. Are we going to let her criminalize superheroes when we need them the most? We have to stand up against such blatant partisan politics.
So yes, this is when the Homelander and Stormfront come together and start being a unified force to.
Wait. What do you have for your notes for this episode? Because they all kind of blend together once I get to the end of the season.
Oh. That's the one where the man shoots up the gas station. 7.
Oh, right. The guy
because he keeps watching the Compound V hearings on TV constantly, all the time.
That's supposed to be like him getting brainwashed by Fox News. Even though like every one of his demographics I fit up into murder, and I was like, damn.
Stay away from the light.
Stay away from the light. Yeah, everybody.
Sorry, Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline. No, that's funny. So after that, what happens in that episode?
So he's watching those hearings. He decides to shoot up the gas station attendant because he thinks that he is, in fact, a soup. He's like, what's with your eyes?
Because he has twinkle eyes.
Oh, twinkle eyes.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was something to do with his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so he shoots him. And then that's all you really hear about that guy, right?
Yeah, that was just to say fuck Trump supporters. It's okay. That's okay. I don't take it that personally, but that was, I have to say, that's probably the most egregious part of the whole season that I thought they really went out of their way to make a political statement here. But I have, even though it sounds like it, I haven't really, I didn't languish on it. You know, it didn't bother me that much.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the whole 2 minutes or something. So it was, you were able to move on with what preceded in the episode.
Yeah, most definitely. Do you have more notes for this episode?
Yeah, so Starlight gets beat up by Nor, gets put into a cage. A vault cage.
Oh, yeah.
This is where Huey comes in and breaks her out after hanging out with the lantern guy, watching porn together and stuff.
Yeah, he beats her ass.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? That's cool because she's a good character because unlike like Rey in Star Wars, she's constantly taking L's, you know? Mm-hmm. She's constantly losing, which makes you root for her. You know, right. And she's almost like Luke Skywalker in the way that she, sorry guys, I'm not comparing to the character Luke Skywalker. Well, the way she's constantly optimistic. Even though she isn't a little bit less optimistic than Huey when they're like when she like pities him all the time, you know, and she's like, oh, Huey's too good for us. He's too nice a guy.
Yeah, no, I get that totally. Huey rescues her from captivity. Okay, and then Butcher gets that one guy to testify, the man in the wheelchair. He gets him.
To
testify in the court. So against the Compound B and all of that.
That guy is Stormfront's old doctor and father figure.
Okay, I didn't catch that correlation. So
yeah, he's in season 1, and they go visit him. I'm rewatching season 1. And he was the one that had like Homelander inside in like rooms by himself while they were.
Yeah, he was the main, one of the main doctors when he was a child. That's why Butcher was asking, well, how was he as a child? Okay, yeah, I just forgot about that.
And that's how Butcher eventually finds his ex-wife or his wife with the baby. With Homelander's baby in a season. I'm not exactly sure how that happens, but anyways, okay, what's up with the notes?
But everyone's heads start popping because we're in the trial.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they just start.
Okay, we were making hella guesses about who it was. I mean, on others, like I was on with like Ben, a bunch of other people were guessing, and I was wrong about whose head was exploding.
That caught me out of left field. So
I still have a theory about that too. Okay, but we'll get to that when we get to the last episode. But at this point, I did not think it was the girl with the shaved head. I specifically said it was not the girl with the shaved head who was doing this.
It wasn't the same explosion. Explosion patterns.
Yeah, what? Did she explode whole bodies, the one girl? And this girl exploding heads, right?
Why would she just do the heads when she could do the whole bodies?
Right, exactly. And but I had said it was somebody else. It wasn't her, and they were going to blame it on her, and that's why they let her go, to use her as a to be the person who did that crime, because it was clearly, and I said this at the time, it was clearly people who were with Vought who executed that assassinations there with the head exploded, because they killed the guy who was about to testify against Vought.
Right.
But
I
can't get your theory. Should we just wait till the last episode?
Yeah, because that's all I have for this. Okay, so my theory is that Gus is in with the politician.
Well, okay, now wait till you hear my theory, but okay, go ahead. Let me hear it.
Well, I have two theories, but that's my first theory, is that she is in with it, and maybe not. I don't know. No more I'm thinking about it. I don't know. What's your theory?
My theory is that Gus Fring guy, the head of the guy who I think is Vought, is also the Congresswoman exploding heads. I think he has all the powers, and you never see
like a shapeshifter.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like he has every power we've seen, I believe. So he has the power of doppelganger. He has the power of the girl who can explode heads. I think he has Homelander's powers. I think he has everything. My opinion. And he also, like, Stormfront can't die from age, and I think he's because you never see them together, and that's all good. And I think that's my guess. We'll see though.
That is a good guess, especially if he's head of Vought. He would have access to all of those kinds of things.
Yeah,
and they are, it gives you little clues like that by, oh yeah, Stormfront doesn't age, and then the doppelganger one where they change and shapeshift.
Yes, exactly.
So why else would you put that shit in? I know it's comical, but like I feel like it's like a hidden like clue. You're absolutely right. But I was gonna, now my head's back. That Stormfront, or not Stormfront, the politician. I guess that they could be the same person, but I also feel like that would make sense if. Was Gus at the hearing?
No, he's not.
It was just the Victoria Newman.
At the end of that episode, my thought was it was Gus Fring, because I already thought Gus had all the powers. But I actually think Gus is the politician now.
And they just shapeshift. Did we ever see Gus's eyes go like filmy? Because like her eyes went like filmy when she did it. Yeah,
but we didn't see him there to do it. We haven't seen him do it. So
no, you're right.
And I think he's just playing everybody, like he's playing the guy from the 7. That was his adversary. So the people, if at the very least, you're right, she works for Vought. They're in cahoots. The Vought and the senator or whatever.
Right.
She killed, testified against Vought, and then she killed the guy who is behind the scenes, applying pressure to Vought. The guy from the 7.
Right.
Mm-hmm. She's taken on all his competition and political rivals, any adversary. So, it's like follow the money, anyways.
Yeah, I feel like that's another kind of stab to politics as well. How she's like a politician and she's also a soup
for sure.
Oh
yeah. But to me, that she seems like she's a Democrat. She reminds me of AOC. I think that's who they're impersonating. So
exactly. And she's trying to fight against the Vought, who's
the corruption and
Trump.
Well, Homelander's Trump to them.
Right, because he's a celebrity. He's got powers. He's rich.
Yeah. Okay. So
he also run shit.
What's up? What's next in your notes? Because I come to the end.
So, the first beginning scene, which is his commercial for law to protect the children at school.
Oh yeah.
Replaces from super villain.
Super terrorist, right?
Yeah, super terrorist. My bad. It's like law. Lock all doors.
Not making fun of like the NRA and gun lovers, but it's done funny. I can't knock it too hard. It's well done.
It is funny, but there is a lot of other things in it. I mean, it is a little bit annoying though at the same time.
Yeah, but no, it's good. It was a little annoying. You're right. And it wasn't that funny, but I didn't hate that scene at all.
You could move on. You can move past it.
Yeah, exactly. So what's next in your notes then?
You have a popsicle?
Yes, Mac. Homelander thinks it was Edgar. And he says that. He says it was Edgar.
Yes, exactly.
So he
knows.
With the head popping, because they're talking to each other, him and Stormfront, and he's like, well, it wasn't you. It wasn't me. Like, well, who was it? Oh, I think it was Edgar. So he does say that.
Right. So they're just telling you, they're blatantly telling you. It's like a lie in plain sight, or
an Easter egg.
Hiding in plain sight, yeah. Okay, that's true. Good job.
Also, they're trying to get out the compound V to people, and she's like, oh, well, we're just going to do the right people. The right people will get the right doses, because he's like, well, how do you know? Anyone can get it. So
right.
She's trying to talk him into it with her crazy.
She's like, white people.
Crazy lady. I watched like it was an interview that she was on with like the whole cast, and she was just blatantly saying, she's like, yeah, usually like there's parts of the character that I can relate with and say, oh yeah, they have a good heart though, and she's like, no. No, not even one bit about this girl. And then I watched this next one where.
Oh, that's interesting. I got to watch those. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, so it had.
I love her. God damn.
It had Mother's Milk, A-Train, Starlight, her, and then Kamiko. Was that when I showed you the picture of Kamiko with? They were all on there. It was like a Tamara Hall interview or something. I was watching the news and it was on.
I sent you a picture that she looks like Old Boy.
What, the picture I sent you?
No, I sent you one saying she looked like Old Boy.
Oh yeah, but she's in real life. She looks completely different. She's very, very pretty. Yeah. You wouldn't catch that from the show.
Obviously, she's still pretty in the show too, but they go out of the way to make her look like more and more like a boy. I don't know.
She's just supposed to be a monster, I guess. So,
yeah. Okay.
She's not supposed to be like something you want, you know. She's a monster. You're scared of her. You're fearful of her. It's a different thing.
I think she talks too much, but
okay. Way too much. I was thinking, that'd be like the easiest acting job ever. Like,
yeah. Oh, y'all
just tear people's heads off. I mean, like,
they're like, it's not just take sign language. They're like, just make some shit up with your hands.
Yeah, they did. They had someone. She was talking on that interview too. She's like, someone actually made up a language and sign language, and she had to learn that. But I mean, other than that, she laughed this episode. You hear her laugh.
Yeah. I
thought that was funny. And then Frenchie
Frenchie, I like Frenchie better with the other girl, but
Cherie.
Yeah, it seems like he loves her. But then, okay. Also, did you take that as Frenchie's gay, or at least he's in a 3-way relationship with them? Or was that his friend?
No, I think they're like a polyamorous couple or something.
I think so too.
That was the vibes I was catching. Because she was very, very upset that he left or was going to leave and not try to do something.
Yeah, I don't really care. It was more and then they also say, he's like, hey, don't judge or whatever. It's just dick or whatever you say at the end when he gets the dick wrapped around his neck. It's the same episode. You know what I'm talking about? When at the hospital when he has the guy we're talking about, when Mother's Milk.
Yeah.
You know that scene?
In the cabinet, Mac.
I'm sorry to be sorry.
They're in the cabinet. That's where they are. She wanted the scissors. Sorry.
You know the scene I'm talking about at the hospital where, the guy we were talking about?
Yeah.
The dick monster dude.
Yes.
That's the same episode where Frenchie is like, hey, don't judge. It's like no big deal,
Mm-hmm. No big deal.
They're alluding to that fact. But anyways, go on. What's up with your next in your notes?
Starlight tries to get Maeve in on the rescue mission. And
I love Maeve. So love Maeve.
She's still got a bong sitting on her table and stuff.
She's smoking a cig, and she's also smoking a cigarette like she's never touched a cigarette in her life.
Yeah,
the way she holds it, but still, it's cute.
No, I just thought that was funny. She made a quote, and she's like, "That guy, that twerp, I could split that guy and like dry firewood." No,
it's like dry firewood. That's what she said, and it was hella fun. Yeah, she was giving everybody's inside thoughts to when they saw him next to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like
she had no filter. No filter.
Like she was speaking for the audience, I believe.
She's like, we hear you.
It was so funny, and I was like, yeah, fuck these people, Maeve. Do your own thing, We'll get to this point later. We'll go ahead. What's next on your notes?
Becca shows up at the hideout. She's so sad because she lost her boy, and I love the reactions from everybody. They're just sitting there.
Yeah, that was funny.
We've heard so much about you.
And they make it seem like Billy is like extra grumpy in these last couple episodes, but he kind of usually has somewhat of a flamboyant personality about stuff. They make it seem like just this like curmudgeon monster. And he's a jerk,
Yeah. They do. He has internal conflicts now. He's got Becca back, but she's got this son. He's got these internal conflicts that he's just struggling with.
I was like, hell yeah! When he said he was going to give the kid to Vought, and keep his wife, I was like, yeah, fuck them kids. Like the Michael Jordan logo. I know.
We also found out that Edgar knew all about Stormfront's past, and he was with the church. And I think they said something about him being with the church at one time too. I couldn't quite clarify
I didn't
on
get that part, but
I have to rewatch it.
He knew. They were playing chess at that dinner table, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, he gets his head blown off at the end of the episode.
Right. Exactly, because he's that guy's adversary, you know? He's just, either that or she's just a hitman. But why would all these people take orders from some guy who's just a guy, you know?
Right. He's got to have, I agree with you.
Why, if you had access to all that stuff, you can inject babies. You can turn these people, you can turn old boy, what's her name? Kamiko into something like that. She's an adult, you transfer it into somebody.
Right.
It means you take it yourself to be the best. Like, it's like taking steroids. If you have like the best steroids on earth and you have access to it, most likely you're going to take it.
It's just a one-dose steroid, though. It's not like you have to continuously take it. You inject yourself. And
really, yeah, right. Exactly. And he gets the designer shit too.
Yeah, he's front row access to the development and everything. He's like, oh yeah, I want that one and that one and that one. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Also have Stormfront and Homelander take Ryan out. They take her out to the planet Planet 7. I don't remember what it was called, but
that was awesome.
And he gets overwhelmed, starts freaking out. I thought that was very nice, though. He was a dad, and he took him out, and he actually cared. I was like, oh, you actually have some heart.
Yeah,
like the Grinch's heart.
I'm rooting for Homelander in this series. I like him a lot. I feel bad for him, you know, like he's a monster, but you know, he's
not his fault. He was made that way because no nurturing.
Exactly. And the guy is so unbelievably funny. The actor, he is such a ham, you know, and
he's funny. I like him. Then we have A-Train just storms into Huey and Starlight's car and gives them the information. Which they leak out to everybody.
That made me laugh like crazy too. A-Train's hilarious. I find him really funny. And there's so much funny stuff that goes on with the A-Train in this series. He's absolutely hilarious.
A-Train is coming around. I really, really didn't like him after the end of the first season because of all of his BS, you know. But
oh man, when he kills the girl.
Bearclaw.
Oh my god! I'm rewatching that season now, and it's so funny. And it's so Shakespearean when like stabs her with all the needles, and he's so sad, you know. But anyway, okay. Where are we at now?
But he's like, "What's up, shitbirds?" And then gives him Stormfront's Nazi paperwork.
You know, okay. Then pretty quick after that, Stormfront gets it on her Twitter that she's trending, right?
Yeah, because they make the plan to go try to get the kid, and then they set it out.
Now, I thought, what, for such a mastermind that she's been over social media, she couldn't just deflect that pretty easily and say these are all deep fakes or misinformation.
Well, that's what she was saying to start. Oh, that's not true. That's an edit. You know, so I'm sure if she would have stuck around, she probably would have tried to go that route. But I mean, things didn't end that great for her.
And I can't wait to discuss that with you. I can't wait to talk about that. Okay, let's get to that. Where were we at? Well, what do you think?
I have that Edgar kind of went more into detail about the prices per share and how all that worked, and so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Homelander's talk with Ryan. We did that. Did he leaked? I loved it that on Billy's phone it was the concept Vought.
Oh yeah, that was so funny. And
you guys like what?
They were fucked when he shut that door. He's a maniac. That actor is a maniac. He looks so crazy with all the blood on his face.
I know. He's like, come with me. Fuck no. Fuck
no.
Oh
man. I didn't, but you know what though? I didn't see why the kid didn't, come with him. Almost. He had been a good dad in the little time he had, I thought, to him. It seemed like it. I mean, he was trying.
I think it was because, like, the fact that his mom died trying to save him to get him away from him, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was probably more the correlation why he decided to go with
now
Billy.
Now that we're here, though, I got to say, I thought it was completely ridiculous that she got gang initiated by the 3 other women, and she got whooped on that badly, where she was missing an eye, and she was like all fucked up after she was taking lasers to the tit from Homelander, like it was nothing, and regenerating, and she's like proven she's like indestructible, and they just beat
but that
her.
was 3 soups on her.
I know, but Stormfront
girls get it done.
Girls get it done, right? No, I know. That's funny. And I loved it when she's like, hey, crowd, and like punches her. And I was like, oh, shit, Maeve. I love Maeve. Oh, yeah, I did. It put the hair over my arms. But still, dude, she's supposed to regenerate hell easy. Like, she should have been fine by the time she flew across to the forest.
Well, I think she was worse beat up because they had her on the ground for quite some time. And you got to remember, Kimiko is a crazy, rips people's heads. I mean, mostly it's humans' heads, but I mean, remember the fight with her and her brother? They were kicking each other's asses. So
look how easily Stormfront killed Kimiko's brother with Kimiko 2-on-1. I don't know. Anyway,
go ahead. But girls just do it better.
Right. That's the moral of the story, of course. Just I didn't think that she should have gotten Anakin Skywalker. And I said Gus Fring. She looked like Gus Fring at the end of Breaking Bad, season 5, when he gets blown up with a missing eyeball. But I didn't think the laser should have killed her. Like, her dad's laser didn't kill her, even affect her. It tickled her. She liked it. It was it was foreplay to her. And the kid hits her and she's dead.
The thing is too is that Homelander even got thrown back by Ryan, or the kid, that's his name.
Yes.
And so he was even a little bit scared of the kid to piss him off or to, say the wrong thing. Because if you remember after the restaurant incident, he comes in and he's like, oh, I'm just he doesn't want to talk, And
she's like,
you're afraid of a kid?
Yeah, I know. So, and I was like, come on, Homelander. I felt like her. I would have been the same thing if I was this girl. But
and she soon found out why he was like that.
No, but I thought that was maybe. I don't know. I thought that could be what he's saying, but I also thought he just didn't want. He's never dealt with kids or emotions or family or friends, and he didn't want to. He assumed it's best to be just left alone because he was always alone, and I thought that's what he was. I thought he was just trying to be a good dad by giving him space, but I don't know.
I feel like he was intimidated by him a little bit because, like what you said, he just goes off and explodes. Like I was half expecting him to have a freak out at that restaurant and like kill everybody in there. Just the kids can't control what's going on.
I thought that's what was going to happen too,
but it didn't.
I know. That would have been bad for bottom dollar for sure. But yeah, anything else on your notes for the season?
I have Stormfront bounces, Ryan smokes her, Maeve saves the gate, Maeve saves the day again, blackmailing Homelander with the video from the airplane.
Yeah, I wonder if she had some brave Maeves after too. What was the last sentence that you said?
With blackmailing him with the video from the plane.
Yeah. I really love how you can hear Homelander. Did you notice that?
He was like thinking about it,
Yeah, and he really, that's what
no one will love you.
Yeah, it's his ego above all, which is probably supposed to be in these writers some type of metaphor for Trump.
Yeah, some punch in some way. They're always trying to get their licks in.
Yeah, but I gave this episode a 9.
I do it a 9.5 because I like also the ending with the politician Victoria Newman. I was like, oh, what the fuck? We're not going to figure out who's been blowing up all these heads, and then all of a sudden she does it.
Yeah.
And now Huey's going to be working for her, so that's going to be.
Well, yeah.
Or will she blow him up too?
You think Huey's gonna get with her maybe, and then she'll get with Butcher?
I don't know. We can always hope.
Yeah, we can always hope. Well, yeah, I gave this season as a whole, Migs, I gave it a 9.2.
I'd say a 9. I because of the things I have to overlook in some of that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
One more thing though, fucking Deep finally says, "Fuck Fresca."
Yeah.
What we've all been thinking this entire time.
Yeah. Right. He's like, and she gives shitty blowjobs, you know, and like
the weird one.
Yeah, I know, the weird one. And that's a line like that. That line there pisses off liberals to no end, you know? Like,
yeah, so I mean, like, they can just be poking at both sides.
Yeah. That's why that's why this show, I can swallow this show. No pun intended with this joke. It's funny. It's really good. I love the show.
It's good.
I love this show.
And they are, I did hear that they're already talking about season 3. This was the last episode, right?
This season, dude, they're gonna make spin-offs of this, you know, just like The Walking Dead. This is very popular, you know. It's very popular. I haven't even checked it out. I don't want to get into too much shit on your channel, but did you check out the new show?
The World Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was out.
Have you watched it?
No, I just seen it on AMC.
It's hard.
I hit the hell no button.
It's hard to get through, but I wanted to get through it all so I would know.
Did you do a video about it?
No, I didn't.
You should do a video about it.
Yeah. It was a rough thing to do.
Well, right. What's the next show we're going to review, Megs? I know we're talking about a couple ones, but maybe The Mandalorian or
yes, I could get myself some.
You know what just came out? And I never finished the first one, but The Haunting on.
I did see that. I finished the first one.
I got through like 7 episodes. I don't know why I didn't finish. I need to watch. You want to do a review of the first couple episodes or something?
Yes, I have to make sure my Netflix is still subscribed.
Oh, okay. If it's not, we can always I can just put it on my StreamYard and you can watch it through there or something, you know. But no worries.
All right. There was one more thing I want. Oh, which season do you like better? Do you like season 1 or season 2 better?
I like season 2 better.
Season 2.
Halfway 5 episodes into season 2, I didn't feel that way. But maybe like the first 2-3 episodes, I was like, I like season 1 better. But it's a slow roll, and I really liked there's so much
faster paced.
I like this season better. What about you?
I'd say season 2 too, just because I feel like they took it up a notch because they got away with season 1, right? So like with going through the whale, like that had to. Leonardo DiCaprio was shaking in his seat if he saw that. He's like, no, super whales. Yeah. So I just feel like they went like above and beyond. They pushed the level for how much they could get away with, but they got away with it because it was funny and they did it in a way that in a humorous way that it made it okay, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, I laughed out loud so hard at that scene. I can't wait to rewatch the whole season from
like, right after another.
Because I've been watching I'll watch episode 1 4 times, and then episode 2 comes out, then I watch that 4 times, you know, and then I go on. But I'd have to
like just in an order, a sequence, like a movie.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure I'll pick up some new stuff, but I better get going, Megs. I got to go do. I got my friend coming over to work on some stuff.
Yeah, no big. Thanks to everyone that showed up in the chat and everything like that. Wookie and and Dave Myers. And
Hail Richard Gilman. Hail Dave Myers. Hail Wookie. Hail Death Saber.
We'll see you guys later.